Good day, ladies and gentlemen. The topic of today's discussion is implementation considerations of behavioral models. My name is Dr. Maruf Adebakin. In the course of this lecture, we will try to define behavioral models. We will understand implementation consideration. We shall also give practical examples of behavioral models implemented in various domains such as finance, healthcare, marketing, and social sciences. We will also understand challenges faced and lessons learned from these cases, emphasizing the importance of implementation considerations, and we shall draw our conclusions from there. Now, what is behavioral model? Defining behavioral model shows that they are representations of how individuals, groups, or systems behave under different circumstances or stimuli. They help in understanding and predicting human or system behavior, which is crucial for decision making, planning, and optimizing in various domains such as economics, psychology, sociology, and even artificial intelligence. Now, understanding implementation consideration involves about 6 steps. One of the steps is that of data collection and pre-processing. What this requires is that you must ensure that the data used for model training captures relevant behavioral patterns accurately. The data cleaning and reprocessing involves addressing missing values, outliers, and inconsistencies in the data to enhance the model's performance. The second step is the model selection. And what this suggests is that you have to select models that align with the nature of the behavioral data and the research objectives. And of course, you must establish a kind of balance between model interpretability and complexity based on the specific requirements of the application. The third phase is the feature engineering. You must extract meaningful features from raw data that are indicative of behavioral patterns. And you have to use techniques such as principal component analysis or feature selection to reduce the dimensionality of the feature space and improve model accuracy. The fourth stage is model validation and evaluation. And what this requires is that you need to cross-validate your model's performance using techniques like k-fold cross-validation in order to ensure robustness. And of course, you must use appropriate metrics such as accuracy, precision, recall, or even FI score, depending on the characteristics of the behavioral model. The fifth level has to do with interpretability and explainability. What that means is that you must ensure the model's predictions are interpretable and understandable to stakeholders. And of course, you must employ methods such as feature importance analysis or model agnostic interpretability techniques in order to explain model decisions. And the sixth one is the ethical and privacy considerations. You have to protect sensitive information by anonymizing or aggregating data to preserve privacy. In other words, your respondents must remain as anonymous as possible. And of course, you have to address potential biases in the data or model in order to ensure fair and ethical outcomes. Now, let's give some practical examples of behavioral models. The first one has to do with finance. In finance, behavioral models are utilized to understand and predict investor behavior, which often deviates from traditional economic theories. For example, prospect theory developed by Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky explains how individuals make decisions under risk and uncertainty. Behavioral finance models help in explaining phenomena such as stock market hobbles, irrational exuberance, and hedging behavior among investors. Now, the second practical example is in the field of health. That's the health sector now. Behavioral models are employed in healthcare in order to predict patient behavior and improve health outcomes. For instance, the health belief model is used to understand factors influencing health-related behaviors such as preventive care utilization, adherence to medication regimens, and lifestyle changes. These models help healthcare professionals design interventions tailored to individual patient needs, leading to better healthcare delivery and patient concerns. Now, the third example is in the area of marketing. In marketing, behavioral models are essential for understanding consumer preferences, purchasing decisions, and brand loyalty. For example, the theory of planned behavior is widely used to predict and explain consumer behavior by considering factors such as attitudes, subjective norms, and perceived behavioral control. Marketers leverage these models to develop targeted marketing strategies, improve product positioning, and enhance customer engagement. And the fourth one has to do with social sciences. Behavioral models play a very crucial role in social sciences for studying social dynamics, collective behavior, and cultural phenomena. One notable example is the diffusion of innovations theory proposed by Everett Rogers, which explains how new ideas, products, and behaviors spread through social networks over time. Social influence models help researchers understand adoption patterns, identify opinion leaders, and predict the diffusion of innovations across different populations. Then the fifth example has to do with education. In education, behavioral models are employed to understand student learning behavior and improve educational outcomes. For instance, the cognitive load theory explains how the cognitive load imposed on learners affects their ability to process and retain information. Behavioral models in education help educators design effective instructional strategies, personalized learning experiences, and adaptive learning systems tailored to individual student needs. Now, what are the challenges faced and what are the lessons learned from these case studies? Some of the challenges are listed on the screen. The first one is data quality and availability. Of course, your quality of data goes a long way to explain the quality of outcome that you are going to give. So the lesson we are going to learn from this is that you have to invest in data collection and reprocessing and ensure that there is data reliability and accuracy. Another challenge is that of model complexity versus interpretability. And what does that suggest? It means that you have to balance your model complexity with interpretability. Consider stakeholders' preferences. The third one is ethical and privacy concerns. And what this suggests is that you must incorporate ethical considerations into your models and you must implement data anonymization techniques. The fourth one is model validation and generalization. And what you do there is ensure that you employ rigorous validation techniques. And of course, you have to validate models across diverse populations. The fifth one is interdisciplinary. The fifth challenge is interdisciplinary collaboration. And what that suggests is that you must foster interdisciplinary collaboration and you have to communicate effectively between the experts. And the sixth one is the dynamic nature of behavior. Of course, we all know that the behavior is not static. Behavior at a particular, it depends on the situation. Behavior at a particular time may not be exactly the same as behavior at another time. So the lesson we learn from there is that we must develop adaptive and dynamic models. We must ensure models evolve with changing context. And in conclusion, we have to implement behavior models. Implementing behavior models requires careful consideration of various factors ranging from data collection to model evaluation and ethical implications. By understanding these implementation considerations, practitioners can develop more effective and responsible behavioral models that contribute positively to decision making and problem solving in diverse fields. I have these references for you to consult at your convenient time so that you can further enhance your understanding of this subject matter. And I also have these 3 questions for you to go through at your own convenient time and use as your revision questions. I want to thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and I hope what you have listened to is going to be very beneficial to you, and both individually and collectively, and of course both in the classroom and in your place of work. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant time ahead.